In this video, I'm going to review all the suburbs that I have talked about on my YouTube channel. It's been about an year since I started this YouTube channel, with the first video being about Gladstone, talking about different areas across regional Queensland, regional Victoria, New South Wales, etc. There's so much content out there at this point that I thought it's best to review the locations that I've talked about, because as a good investor, we must go back, we must review our decision-making process and understand where we went wrong, what went well, what went bad, and just talking about the market overall. And there's no better way than to review the suburbs. And just before I go into that, if you have not already, make sure you are subscribed to the private community. If you aren't subscribed, then you would have missed out on all the locations that we and the community members have been talking about and actively investing in, and you could have missed out on great opportunities, which equals hundreds of thousands of dollars possibly worth of growth. So make sure you jump into the private community, because it's an absolute no-brainer at $35 a month. There is so much value. There's also over 30 reviews for you guys to go have a read. There is so much templates, links, resources, exclusive property content, and weekly community calls happening every single week. So definitely go check it out. There is so much value jam-packed into one membership. All right, let's get back into the video. Now, if you didn't know, I started off my YouTube channel with the first video about Gladstone, and I want to talk about Gladstone, Townsville, sort of all together. And in my video with Gladstone, I've always talked about the risks with investing into an economy like this, investing into a region and population like this. And I recently released a video about the potential federal pullout of $12.5 billion from Gladstone's economy and Gladstone Renewable Project, which could possibly have an impact on the region as a whole. But I did also say that in the short term, Gladstone has great potential for there to be equity uplift along with the other parts of regional Queensland, in Townsville and in Rockhampton. And when we look at Gladstone, if I just type in the postcode on SQM Research, you can do this yourself and we go check it out. We can see that over the past 12 months, this location has had 23% of growth. And to be completely honest, there is still activity with buyers agents and other retail investors buying in Gladstone at this very point in time, because there is still good market pressure within the area for house prices to grow. Now, do I think this is a good long-term location? Not necessarily, but in the short term, you can possibly make some money. Of course, do your own due diligence. Similarly, there are other locations alongside Rockhampton that we can see here, as well as Townsville, which is up here. Now, Townsville is a much better location long-term compared to Rockhampton and Gladstone. And in my video that I did really early on in my career of YouTube, you can say, I said that Townsville had its risks associated with it because it already had grown about 60 to 70%. And very similar to Gladstone, I did say that there was still going to be enough market pressure for prices to continue growing, but I put myself in a very risk-averse position, and I would not have invested at that point in time because I've already seen all the growth that's already happened in that market. And to be completely honest, when we look at Townsville, if I just type it in here, we can see that over the past 12 months, there's still been about 22%, which is a lot of growth. And I made that video about 8 months ago. So since that video, there has still been plenty of growth. And even to this day, there are still investors buying in these locations because of the market pressure. But honestly, I still stand by that video and say that if it has grown too much, 60, 70, 80% of growth, you're putting yourself in a precarious position by investing into a market that has already grown so much. You're not buying into an emerging market, you're buying into a market that's already hot, more competition, more BAs, and there's also other opportunities out there with less competition to buy an under market value deal. In a very similar fashion, Rockhampton has also continued to grow over the past 12 months. I do think this is just an anomaly in the data. Otherwise, that 12-month percentage figure will look a lot better because it has continued to grow. There were still more buyers in the area buying up properties and buying up houses, which has continued to grow alongside the rest of regional Queensland. And so that was really the markets of Townsville, Rockhampton, and Gladstone. And I want to talk to you a bit more about other markets that I've discussed previously in my YouTube channel. But before I go into that, if you have not already, make sure you go check out the Property Blueprint Education Program. It has a wealth of information to take you from a normal investor, a beginner investor, to a fully fledged investor who knows what they're doing, knows how to think about locations, how to come to their own conclusion for their own particular circumstance, because it is not a one-size-fits-all solution. You must tailor your investment strategy based on your income, financial position, and situation. And you also get 6 months into the private community with over 200 members helping each other out. So make sure you go check this out, because it's a one-time payment for a wealth of education, and you get access to the private community for 6 months. So definitely go check it out. It's an absolute screamer of of a program, and I know you will find value in it. Let's get back into the video. Now, the next locations I wanted to talk to you about was Albury and Bendigo. Now, I did these videos about 7-8 months ago on the back of Townsville and Rockhampton videos, and the reason I did them was because I wanted to find markets that were sort of on a counter-cyclical basis, that had good opportunities, that had good positions to buy in. And at that point in time, it was definitely early, but I can tell you from facts now that Albury Wodonga is starting to pick up. There's a lot more pressure in the market. It's more hot. There are more buyers, more competitors, more BAs in this market. And that sub $450,000 mark, that sub $500,000 mark that was there 7-8 months ago is no longer to be found. And all we have to do is look at SQM research and look at property prices. And we can see that over the last quarter, we're having about a 3% change. And we are starting to see more market pressure. And the 3-bedroom houses have certainly had an uplift in prices over the past couple of months. And the way it's going, we still should see more and more competition brew up in Albury. In a very similar fashion, when we have a look at Bendigo in Victoria, regional Victoria, we can see a huge spike in the prices. And if you had invested 6-7 months ago, maybe even 5 months ago, you would have been able to find properties under 500,000, under 550. Now it's getting very hard, and you won't find the highest quality property because they are disappearing very fast. A lot more buyers, a lot more investors, a lot more owner occupiers looking at these markets and seeing that there was great value in them, and it's hard to find these amazing deals. What about Geelong? Now, in this video, I did say Geelong was not at the right position to buy in. Geelong is a market that was much harder to hold property in comparison to Bendigo, Mildura, Shepparton, and Albury, for example. But Geelong was one of those locations that had properties for under $500,000, especially in the lower socioeconomic areas of Corio and Norlane. Now, once again, we can still invest in low socioeconomic areas. It's not a bad thing, but it has its risk to reward ratio. Now, with Corio and Norlane, if we have a look at SQM research, we can see that property prices have not really risen at this point in time. But I know there is a sentiment shift, and I know people are looking for value and opportunity to buy under the 500, under the 550 price point. And I would expect there to be more interest brewing into Geelong, and specifically these areas of Corio and Norlane, as this opportunity, as more and more people find this opportunity in regional Victoria. So this is definitely one to watch, and something I plan to do a review video on as well, and recreate the Geelong video to just update you on the information. Now, this video here was about Albany. Now, Albany was a location I talked about 6 months ago. It was a location that was primed to grow on the back of all the growth that's happened in Perth and Albany in Geraldton, to be fair as well, but I never made a video about Geraldton. I only made a newsletter article about Geraldton. So if we look at Geraldton's postcode, we can see that over the past 12 months and over the past 3 months, it's had about 10% change. Over the past 12 months, it's had 26% growth in value. So it's had a huge spike in growth. Now, is this a location that I would consider investing now? Yes, if you're really after the short-term growth. But honestly, at this point, it's a market that's already grown so much. It's not the one that I'm particularly interested in. Of course, do your own due diligence, check your own risk appetite, check your diversification of your portfolio, and all those good things. But this was a market that I talked about 6 months ago, and it's grown heaps, right? So again, keep your eye out on my videos because you can miss out on great opportunities if you didn't watch that video. Lovely old Cairns. Now, Cairns was a good video because I talked about don't invest in Townsville because of all the growth that's happened, and as well as Rockhampton. But Cairns was one of those markets that had not grown a lot in comparison to Townsville and Rockhampton, and it had great suburbs to invest into like Edmonton, Bentley Park. And when we start to look at these regional locations like Cairns, we can see that over the past 12 months, it's had about 7% growth. And we look at specific suburbs like Edmonton or Bentley Park, over the past 12 months, we can see about 17% growth. And that's why it's really important to be specific about which suburbs you choose. And this market pressure is getting worse and worse in Cairns. It hasn't really let off, and there is still a lot of competition with these areas, and I expect prices to continue growing as I am making this video. So if you got in about 5 months ago, you definitely would have made some money, and you will likely continue to make some money, as the past 3/4 change was 10%. So if you invested right at that 5-month period, you would have made some money. All right, what's the next one? The next one is Darwin. Now, Darwin, I made a video 5 months ago when no one was talking about Darwin. I made a video on it and alerted property investors about this location and the potentials of the risk and reward of investing into Darwin. And I specifically was talking about Palmerston City in Darwin. Palmerston, and we look at that one, and we can see this huge spike in SQM. It almost looks abnormal in growth. Unfortunately, SQM doesn't tell you exactly which month all the growth started happening, but 5 months ago was about November, December when I talked about Darwin, and since then we have seen huge price growth. 12 months changes at 22%, rolling quarter changes at 1.3%. I mean, it's just been just insane, right? Darwin, that market that's flipped a switch. All the investors who are looking at Queensland went to Darwin because they wanted the same yields and affordable prices. Remember to do your due diligence about a long-term hold in Darwin. There are risks, go check the video out. But that's a market that's done very well as well. And hopefully the people who watch my videos have benefited from that. All right, the next one is Melton. Now, Melton is an interesting one because I was very specific about which areas to invest into Melton and which ones not to. Now, we have seen some price growth, not to the likes compared to Cairns or Darwin or anything like that. There are risks associated with it, but it's a market that's grown about 5.9%. I was very specific about which markets to enter, which was Kurrajong and Melton West. And I want you to check that Melton West video out so you fully understand why and if you should invest into Melton West. That's Melton West for you guys. What's next? Ballarat. Now, Ballarat, one of those opportunities where we're looking at a counter-cyclical movement, as we can see, is starting to see some interesting price growth. Now, this could just be in the balancing out of market fluctuations as normal, but over the past 3 months, it's had a quarter change. Now, I know that there are buyers agents buying in this area. There is a bit more investor activity, and there are investors buying in very specific suburbs. So you have to be particular about which pockets you buy in Ballarat, because Ballarat is a big location, and it's not you just buy a random spot in Ballarat and you expect prices to grow. You have to be specific about which suburbs you look to buy in. But that is one that I would be very closely watching over the next 6 to 7 months, because it has a wealth of opportunity who have the cash flow ability to hold it. Because when you invest in Ballarat, your cash flow is not going to be good, but your capital growth could be. One that hasn't moved that much, but one to watch nonetheless. Mackay very similarly has grown a lot over the past 12 months. I've also made Townsville, but I made the video earlier about Townsville, and I think these videos are too close to check out. Oh, I did miss one, and one of them was Shepparton. Now, Shepparton is a location in regional Victoria, much like Bendigo's and Ballarat's. Shepparton, 70,000 population, vast portion of it in a flood zone, but also had a wealth of opportunity under the 500, under the 450 price point, and that is also quickly disappearing as more and more investors are buying into this area, more and more BAs are buying into this area. We can see the 12-month changes at 13%. I think that's a little bit high, but the rolling quarter changes around 4%. So we're already seeing price growth in this area, and we could see prices spike because there is so much opportunity in this particular pocket of under $500,000. So when people start getting priced out of locations in Bendigo, in Ballarat, in Mildura, for example, they're going to look at other locations where the value is, where the yield is, and where the price point is. And Shepparton is one of those locations, and it's one to definitely keep your eye on over the next 6 to 12 months. And the last one I want to talk about is Melbourne. And I've talked about multiple locations in Melbourne before, and one of them particularly is the east side in Carrum Downs, for example. And when we start to look at the postcode of Carrum Downs, we can see that there is a bit of a spike in growth. And as more and more data comes across, I expect there to be more and more price growth over the next 6 to 12 months in that location. And thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and also join the private community, because all these locations were discussed 6 to 12 months ago. So if you didn't watch the YouTube channel, you weren't part of the private community, you would have missed out, right? And you need to be a part of an investor group that will help you make the right decisions going forward. You can message me privately in that Discord community so I can help guide you and tell you information and show my analysis and bounce off ideas, because the last thing you need is to invest blindly. But when you have a group of people and a mentor to help you, you can do very well in property investment. So make sure you subscribe. Till next time, thank you.